Ensign Pico. We're limited pro stock. Here we go, Adam Stevens. Not quite getting a hold of the track as he'd like. Buzzing the tires towards the end.
All right, fans, back over on the Super Farm side. Shane Maston, the Thumpin' Pumpkin, current national points leader out of Niles, Michigan, right over that Indiana-Michigan border. 3 right now, 3:28.24, the mark to beat here. Of course, Shane coming off a big week. Just a couple weeks ago, he's picked up the big event down in Freeport, just south of here. And following day in Goshen, Indiana, propelling him into that number one spot. All right, another good run right there. The Thumpin' Pumpkin fans out of Michigan.
Top 3 for the limited pro stock side. First, we'll give you the distance for the slow ride, 320.02. 320.02. Top 3 going to be number 1 out of Trenton, Missouri, Adrian Cox, the Hickory Hooker. Number 2 going to go to John Meyer Jr., Meyer Performance R&D out of Broadhead. And number 3 going to go to Josh Dutton. Time for one more out of Darien, Wisconsin. That's your top 3 for limited pro stock here tonight. 320.30 for Shane Maston. 320.30 for Shane Maston in the Thumpkin Pumpkin. Now we're going to switch gears on the pit side, and we're going to bring out the super modified tractor, so it's going to get rather loud here in Hillsboro.
And if you didn't grab any on the way in, they got free earplugs where you bought your tickets at. The Hillsboro charity pool, they're not out to make a buck on everything. They got free earplugs if you didn't get any when on your way in. Back at the ticket booth where you bought your tickets to come on in, free earplugs. You'll want them in a little bit here.
Stacy, who are you waiting for over in Light Pro? You still need
Alan Cook. I
okay.
went looking for him and I didn't find him.
I think he's up on top of the hill there. I think he's over by the school
right.
over there.
Yeah, no wonder I didn't find him. I put a lot of steps in, but I didn't go that far. You're right, all them guys are up there. Thanks for the hot tip, Dan. I wish I'd asked you ahead of time.
Well, you know, there's some scoop for you.
Yeah, he's on the hill, and I'm not walking all the way up there.
So, Alan Cook, if you can hear us, come on down. Make your way down to the winner's circle. Alan Cook.
Yeah, he's a buckle winner, too, so he had some extra publicity work that he had to do, get his buckle presented to him. So, yeah, he slipped out on us.
And, of course, we did give away another belt buckle this afternoon. The mini rod class, unfortunately, got rained out their second hook. So Jeremy Nelson picked up the belt buckle for the mini rod class. Second time that he has done that in his career here in Hillsboro. So congratulations, Jeremy Nelson, our belt buckle winner in the mini class.
Top 5 limited pro stock, the Hickory Hooker. Going to be number 1. Number 2 going to, let me get back here to my sheet. Number 2 going to John Meyer Jr. Number 3 going to Josh Dutton. There's your top 3. 4th going to be running red hot, and 5th going to be Moody. That's the top 5 for limited pro stock.
So back over Super Farm side, we got Brett Weber out of Fort Branch, Indiana. The Never Say Never International 1206. As he gets the slack out of the chain, ready to go to work here tonight. Once again, chasing at 328.24. Right now, our high water mark here in Super Farm, 328.24.
Yeah, and I don't know if these guys can hear me because they're pitted up in the school parking lot too. Adrian Cox, John Meyer Jr., and Josh Dutton. If you guys can hear me, we got awards for you down here. If you're still in the shouting area.
All right, fans, so right there for Brett Weber, the Never Say Never, running out of southwestern Indiana. So as we take a look here at our lineup, we'll have the son of a hitch up next here. Tanner Jelle, then we'll have Jason Finney all cranked up, and Casey Fritz. Our next three over on the Super Farm side.
Mount Tabor Mills sponsoring the super modified tractors here tonight.
All right, distance for Brett Weber was 309.10, 309.10 for Brett, just outside of that top five here tonight over on the Super Farm side. So hook number 12 out of our 20. We'll have Tanner Jelle, Belleville, Wisconsin, a son of a hitch, international, making his way up here to the starting line.
What'd you call him, Dan?
Exactly. Son of a hitch, one of the greatest names in pulling.
Oh, the tractor name. Okay, yeah,
Yes,
gotcha.
One of these days, you never know. All right, so Super Farm action here. We're working at the middle part of the track here. Just about all the competitors we've seen so far starting off in that middle part. We've seen them kind of hook off to that right side there. Kind of surprising, John. You know, we had seen that this afternoon with the storm that came through. We had quite a bit of water sitting over there on that right-hand side of the track. And once again, kudos to the track group for getting that taken care of.
We're monitoring it while we were in here, you know, discussing, you and I, and Don. But about 100-foot mark all the way down to the summit sign down there, there was water standing about 3-4 feet wide that whole way. And then on this side, basically from the end of the block to 100-foot mark as well, we had water standing over here.
Yeah, you know why that is, don't you, John?
Oh, here we go.
No. Water seeks its own level. That's a fact.
Okay.
That's a fact.
Oh, okay. Well, that went better, Dan, than I thought it was going to go.
Yeah, you fans over here on the grandstand side, you saw that right there for Tanner Jelle on that brake real hard, brought it back around. No doubt going to hurt in the distance department here tonight for Tanner Jelle. Belleville, Wisconsin. All right, so our pull distance for the son of a hitch, 289.22, 289.22. Of course, we're using a laser here tonight, fans. Laser crew set up at the end of the track. We'll shoot the laser off the sled at the starting line as well as at the finish line. And, of course, we're measuring here tonight up to 1/100th of a foot. You'll see at the front of those sleds a little prism up on top there, the top of the buckboard. That's where they shoot that laser off of. Of course, Stacy's a guy that goes back a lot of years with the old tape measure. Remember, if they didn't like you so much, they didn't pull that tape as hard, but if they really liked you, they pulled that tape super hard, didn't they? Well, John, it's time. We hear the multi-engine modifieds firing up in the background.
The dirt slinger, Jed Leishner out of Weldon, Illinois, will be the test puller here tonight in super modified action.
Yeah, have not seen the dirt slinger team a whole lot on the PPL circuit here for 2025, but does have a win over there in Henry, Illinois, the Marshall-Putnam County Fair just about a month ago. There's Jed, a second-generation driver in the seat of the dirt slinger. Of course, Dad, Bill Leishner. Oh, so many championships over the years, so much success in PPL competition. Of course, Bill himself, an 8-time PPL champion over the years. We see other son Shannon out front, backing him up, make sure he's nice and square to the front of that weight transfer machine. 7,800 pounds, super modified tractors, fans. You're allowed up to 4 blown and ejected engines on these tractors, over 10,000 horsepower, and they got to get it to the ground here on this track in Hillsboro. Looks like we're going super farm. Jason Vinny all cranked up out of Cottage Grove. All right, here we go, fans. We're going to shake the ground. The dirt slinger out of Weldon, Illinois. Yeah, feel the power right there, fans. It's still raining dirt up here.
Hey, I got our champion from Light Pro Stock down here, Alan Cook. First place here tonight, presented by Fair Valley Performance. Congratulations, champion. And I believe you won the buckle too, didn't you?
Yeah, I did, and I've been working to get this a long time, and it's well worth it.
Now, how many years have you been coming to Hillsboro?
3.
This is your 3rd year here, and your best finish?
Yes, this is by far the best finish. Yeah, and I gotta give kudos to Don and all the crew. They are doing one heck of a job. I was a little mediocre on the track, and Don said he didn't know if it'd be good, but it's good. It's a good track. I just got to thank Bryce and Bryce Bickler, Chris Bickler, K3 Tire, Mark Porth. He did a heck of a job. I mean, you saw my tires work. Badger State, all the guys that helped me cool it off, they're all competitors, and they all came and helped me because, well, it was hot. So I got to thank everybody. You know, I'm sure there's lots of people I'm forgetting. I need to thank Jim at Weimer. He got me the pump and the turbo, and K3, my family, my future son-in-law, who now they're engaged. So now I can say it without getting in trouble. And so I got to thank him a lot because he comes with, and if without him, we probably wouldn't get it done.
I got to ask you a bit about your strategy. You're a test puller, and you drove it out there. You knew what you were going to do, didn't you?
Well, the first one, we both agreed, Keith and I, and my dad, said that, well, if it doesn't hook and pick the front end, just back out of it. Well, I thought it was going to hook, and then it didn't. So then we just backed out and decided we got to try something different, move some weight back, and shift up.
Yeah, and then you drove it way out of here.
Yeah, that's what Leslie said. I didn't really see it. You know, you can't really tell, but, yeah, she said I did well.
And you had some great finishes on the Badger State circuit so far this year also.
Yeah, we were a little slow to go, but we're catching on. We're a little, we'll keep them busy.
And honest, too. Well, there's your champion, Alan Cook. Congratulations, the Black Thunder.
Boy, what a season for Alan. He got the farm show earlier this year and comes back, wins the belt buckle. What a season he's had. Banner season there. We got last night's winner, Corey Fritz, up next, Super Farm. The Twisted Deere out of Moscowville, Wisconsin. All chasing Brian Barman, 328.24. Those Badger State tractors, they are tough. All right, fans, so tonight Casey Fritz doing the drive in the Twisted Deere. As we said last night, Corey doing the drive and getting that big win. And, we'll get the numbers in here for him as it looks like we've got our next Super Modified making its way out.
Get us caught up on that. Jed Leichner, 347.61, 347.61. Up now the Rhino Ag judge, Ron Bargy, out in Sonia, Ohio. 318.15 for Casey Fritz. 318.15 for Casey Fritz out of Boscobel.
All right, fans, well, we got a special announcement here. At the end of tonight's program, stick around. We've got a fireworks show. So stick around. We're going to have a big fireworks show here at the end of tonight's program. So hang around to the conclusion here and light up the sky here in Hillsboro. As Ron Bargy II piloting the judge. Next generation 3 T55 jet turbines. These are Lycoming turbines. Of course, the judge finished up in that number 3 spot last night. Would like to improve on that. Now, he held the lead for quite a while last night. Of course, brother Galen was doing the driving. So the Rhino Ag sponsored Judge Next Generation. I'll come to the start line with one of those engines fired up. You see the little support vehicle down there. They got the battery pack. They'll plug it in. That'll fire up those starters on there, get those turbine engines spinning. And right now he's got all 3 of them lit, ready to go. Listen to the RPMs. When they come up, he will take off. All right, fans, good run right there for the judge. Let's give him a nice round of applause.
The Modified tonight, sponsored by Langer Farms and Egg Services. Super Modified class. They're not just a class of sponsors. They're here tonight to celebrate and honor amazing customers during their annual Customer Appreciation Night. Langer Farms, a full-service egg retail provider, including seed sales, Meristem, crop performance products, seed treating, starter, fertilizer, soil sampling, and tissue sampling. They also offer custom farm services along with spraying application by ground rig or drone.
All right, fans, just to get you caught up over on the Super Farm side, distance for the Twisted Deere and Casey Fritz tonight was 318.15. 318.15. As we've got Josh Mayill up next here, the high maintenance. Once again, out of southern Indiana.
Ron Bargy, Rhino Ag judge, goes 324.19.
All right, we got our champion from Limited Pro Stock Tractors down here, as we call them, 4-1 tractors, our Limited Pro Stock champion, Adrian Cox out of Missouri. Congratulations, you are the champion of the Hillsboro Charity Pull.
Boy, thanks a lot. It's really an honor to be here. This is my first time ever pulling here. I've always heard about the pull up here, and I always wanted to come and never got to. And this year it was on our point schedule, so came up and had a lot of fun. Yeah, it's a good track.
Yeah, well, you said it was your first time here. That kind of took me by surprise. And, boy, a quick study on this old Wisconsin clay.
Well, yeah, and having John Meyer Jr. right in front of you to cut a road for you didn't hurt anything too much. I went right up his tracks, and luck of the draw helped me quite a little bit.
All right, yeah, that always works good, too, yeah. Pullers are pretty smart. When they see something that works, they will jump on it.
Yeah, you don't want to reinvent the wheel. I told the boys, I said, wherever he goes, that's where we're going.
That's pretty good strategy. Now, you said you are heading to Missouri Monday.
Yeah, we'll pull to Missouri State Fair in Sedalia, central part of Missouri, Monday evening, so we're going to head out of here just pretty quick.
We get a nice Sunday drive with a first-place plaque from the Hillsboro Charity Tractor Pull. Anybody you want to thank?
Sure. I want to thank Don and all of his crew. They put on a heck of a good show here, and they worked really hard after they got rained out there this morning. And then I want to thank the boys at Hart's Diesel, Brandon and Dustin. They've been with me through the start since I've been a pulling the diesel tractors. And Chad Mayill on the tires. He's really worked with me a lot lately. And just everybody at home that's holding the fort down while I'm out here playing, and my crew that's here to help me. I appreciate all of them. You can't do this by yourself.
We know that. Hey, you coming back next year?
You better believe it. I'll be here.
All right. Congratulations, Adrian Cox, your champion, 4-1 Limited Pros. Thanks for coming, guys.
Up next, out of Farmington, Minnesota, Brett Berg on the Rink Seed Moneymaker.
Well, I'll tell you what, fans, that run from Jed Leishner looking real tough right now as we bounce it over Super Farm side. Jeff Sully on a New Galilee, Pennsylvania, the Saturday night hooker. Coming up all the way from Pennsylvania to join us here this weekend. We're down there in that southwest corner right around the Pittsburgh area. And good to see the Saturday night hooker making its way up to Hillsboro here tonight. Sean Boyd will follow with the Screaming Norwegian, and Chuck Genterberg with the Positive Ground, our next three in Super Farm. All right, fans, let's give the team out of Pennsylvania a nice round of applause, and we'll send it down back to the winner's circle. Stacy Butson.
I got John Meyer Jr. down here, second place finish in 4-1 Limited Pro Stock class tonight, sponsored by Senpico Oil. John, congratulations, runner up here tonight. I know. With heavy hearts, you had somebody riding along with you tonight.
Yeah, lost my brother this afternoon, so for him, I guess. So.
Yeah, now, on the pulling side of things, Mr. Cox that just won the class, he said you built a road for him.
Oh, yeah, Adrian's a good competitor, so I'll finish second to him any day, so I'll take second.
Yeah, and you pulled here at Hillsboro for years.
Yeah, I've been here quite a bit. Got second once, and I got second. a lot of bad places, but I'll take second again. So.
Yeah, it's not getting any easier, is it?
Nope, that's for sure. Everybody runs real good, and everybody's top notch.
You bet. All right. Well, congratulations on your second place finish, and know our hearts are with you a whole bunch.
I want to thank Don and his crew. Did a hell of a job getting the track ready. Hartz Diesel, Kevin Engelken, Todd Flegel for the tires, my family at home, wife, Cole for coming up, everybody back home, T&B, Green County Machine, all them guys couldn't do it without them.
Thank you, John Meyer Jr., runner-up 4-1 Limited Pros.
Up now, super modified action, going to be the Brandon Simon out of Farley, Iowa. The Simon says your winner last night here. We'll see what he can do. Leading distance is 347.61, held by Judd Leishner in a dirt slinger. 296.60 for the Saturday night hooker of Jeff Solly. 296.60.
All right, fans, current national points leader right here. 6 wins on the summer. Looking for number 7 here tonight. One thing about Brandon Simon, he will not baby it out of the hole. He will get right after it.
Wow. That's all I got to say. Wow, Dan.
Wow. Fans, let's put our hands together. Brandon Simon. Wow, what a run.
He dragged that sled, Dan, for a long ways with that box topped out and the front in the air. He goes 364.56, new leader in modified. Go ahead, Stacy.
You want to make this quick? Hang on, Josh. How close is Screaming Norwegian ready to go here? Go ahead and squirt the Screaming Norwegian down quick.
Okay, the Screaming Norwegian out of Cottage Grove, Wisconsin, driven tonight by, I do believe, Justin Johnson's piloting the tractor here tonight.
Yeah, that tractor's driven by committee, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Well, I got our third place finisher down here for our 4.1 Limited Pro Stock class, Josh Dutton, out of the sprawling metropolis of Darien, Wisconsin. Sponsored by Simpico Oil here tonight for you. Congratulations on your fine third place finish. And you said you finished third here before.
Last year.
And I said you're supposed to improve every year, and what'd you tell me? You told me you took the lead after you pulled. You were improving.
I'm going to say those two guys are following my tracks.
Also, you're the foreman on the road crew.
Yeah, yes.
All right. Well, boy, you guys got rained out this afternoon. Sure glad you got your hook in tonight.
Yeah, it's great. I thank Don for doing all that you did to get this track put together, and it's always fun coming up here, pulling. Great crowd. Good.
Anybody else you want to thank for your fine performance tonight?
The second place guy does my motor work, John Meyer Jr. The family's really great. We suffered a bad loss today. Todd Flegel for cutting my tires. My wife Lynn, my son Jacob for helping me on the tractor all the time. It's a great thing. So.
Yeah, it's a good deal. And a good bunch you're pulling with, too, there. That's good competition. Thank you much, Josh. Josh Dutton, your third place finisher, 4-1 Limited Pro Stock class.
All right, fans, we'll get you caught up over on the Super Farm side. Saturday Night Hooker, Jeff Sully went 296.60. And then Sean Boyd, our latest runner over on the Super Farm side, then Screaming Norwegian comes in at 317 and 65. 317 and 65. We've got 3 left to go here. Chuck Enterberg, Jake Smith back. We'll go back to the top of the class with Dan Castenson. The Gold Rush, Minneapolis Foley.
Up next, Dave Walsh with the 4 aces out of Boston, Wisconsin. Leading distance in the mods held by Simon Says. 364 and change. Sitting number 2 so far is the dirt slinger of Jed Leisner. Sitting number 3 is Brett Bird, currently in the modified class.
All right, fans, so earlier in the evening we saw the Lycoming turbines. Now these are Pratt Whitney turbines on Dave Walsh's champ tractor right here, the 4 aces. Of course, Dave and Dan Walsh, many time national champions in the 2-wheel drive class, as well as the super modified class over the years. The old Irish challengers.
Not having good luck. The Walsh brothers with their mod here, 4 aces. Tough break for them here tonight. Fans, we got fireworks here tonight afterwards. A big fireworks show here after the pull tonight, so stick around for the fireworks. Let's give him a round of applause. Dave Walsh, he goes off with the 4 aces. Tough break here tonight. For them up next in the modified class is going to be the Meristem Crop Performance. Ron Langer going to do the driving at Linden Station. 151.64 for Dave Walsh. 151.64.
All right, Chuck Enterberg, fans, the positive ground. A good run there. The tractor out of Rhino, Wisconsin. All right, fans, so Chuck Enterberg, the positive ground goes 317 and 62. 317 and 62 will be the distance. So just a couple more super farms, and then we'll move on into our pro stock.
What a super tough group here in the limited pro category. And Adrian, it was a battle out there tonight.
Boy, it was, Leslie. We worked really hard to try to figure this setup. I've never been on this dirt before. I've never been to this pull. It's my first time, and we a lot of good tractors, like 18 is some of the toughest tractors. When you get up north around these Badger State tractors and that PPL bunch, it's tough. And it was a tough crew, and had a pretty good draw, and following John didn't hurt anything. He cut a pretty good road. But yeah, we came out pretty good this evening.
Exciting, too, that you get to take home the belt buckle, and we know this is kind of a neat thing that everybody gets to add to their collection of trophies.
Yeah, what an honor. They explained to me what the belt buckle means to the people here, and really what the pull in general means to everybody, that it does a lot of good in the community, and they're remembering a lot of really important folks to the community through these belt buckles, and it's a really honor to win the belt buckle. It is for my first trip here especially. It's a real honor.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
There, right behind the main grandstand here. Get them before they're gone. Also, make sure you do check out the official Pro Bowling League souvenir stand. Got all their new goodies for 2025. Hats, t-shirts, sweatshirts available down there.
Well, that one in the middle is not holding up its end of the bargain, and there's it backfiring through there 2-3 times on the way down.
Kind of sneezing its way down through there. The T64 GE turbines on the Walsh Brothers tractor here. They got another one with a couple GE T64 turbines on it, as we've got Jay Smith back here rolling the dice. The bleeding green out of Deerfield, Wisconsin. Going to move that sled way over to that right side. Going to try something different here. Let's see, the distance is kind of falling that mid 3-teen range right now, and he wants to change it up here. Just 2 left to go. Once again, all Jason, Brian Barman, the hooked up international at 3:28 and 24. Jay, a winner 1 year ago here at the Hillsboro Charity Pull, looking for back-to-back championships here. What do you think? Where's our John Deere fans? You guys still out there? Let's hear ya. Might have paid off here for Jay Smithback fans. The leading green.
Up next on the modified side out of Montgomery, New York, Dylan Owens going to be driving Thorn.
All right, fans, so the distance comes in here for Jay Smithback, the bleeding green, 3:26 and 71. Number 3 spot. Good run late in the field here for Jay Smithback as we are down to 1. So the Minneapolis Moline, Dan Castenson, the Gold Rush, he'll be our final competitor. All right, folks, 50-50 raffle up to $1,100. We just got the update there. Let's see if we can get over that 2,000 mark here, maybe up to 2,500 or so. So let's keep buying those 50-50 tickets. Let's see how high we can get that pot here tonight. Send a lucky fan home with a pocket full of cash.
I got some scoop for you, boys.
All right, we're ready.
I was down there talking to Brandon down there on the sled, and he says right now 62,000 pounds is what these boys are hauling on the super modified tractor class. 62,000 pounds when everything's all transferred out.
All right, fans, so Dylan Owens, Montgomery, New York, a third-generation pilot out of Eastern New York. Last night we saw him finish up in the number 2 spot, was 5 feet behind Brandon Simon. Of course, Brandon right now out 364 and change, way out front here. So Dylan Owens, he's going after him here tonight.
Yeah, these boys are 1,100 miles from home out of New York. And last night they fired, after they got done pulling, they fired both their tractors up back in the pit area just to see what they had to do today. How much work they're in for.
So just about an hour outside of New York City, fans, right here, Dylan Owens and the Thorn. All right, so Dylan Owens there having a little bit of trouble getting her shut down.
You watch them, Dan, down there. They spray de-icer on those injectors down there on the starting line, and that's what happens. You draw so much of this warm, humid air in at night, and it frosts those injectors up, and it makes them stick. And that's what you see in there right into that run. They had that rear left motor all apart down in the pits here, working on it this afternoon before the rain. 339.75. 339.75 puts him in third thus far in the show. Up next to be the 1X Dirt Slinger, Matt Johnson out of Archie, Missouri.
All right. For farm side, Dan Castleton, our original test puller, the Gold Rush Mini Mow. Oh, did we save the best for last? Wow, what a good run right there for the Mini Mow. So Dan Castleton out of Union Grove, Wisconsin. All right, fans, so good run there for Dan Castleton, 323.73, and that'll put him in that number 5 spot, number 5 here tonight, so that will fill out our Super Farm class here tonight. So Dan Castleton with the Gold Rush Mini Mow will finish up number 5. Number 4 spot tonight will go to Michael Snepp, the Thunderstorm. Number 3 will be Jay Smithback, Bleeding Green. Number 2 spot here tonight will be Tyler Slama with Homegrown. And our winner here tonight, Brian Barman, the Hooked Up out of Middleton, Wisconsin. Fans, let's give all our Super Farm competitors a nice round of applause. Great class here tonight. So as we take a look here tonight, Brian Barman will pick up career win number 10 on the PPL circuit. Of course, had a couple wins earlier this year, his last coming in Joliet just about a month or so ago. So congratulations to Brian. He'll make his way to the winner's circle. We'll need Tyler Slama as well. And Jay Smithback to the winner's circle, please.
We should be looking for the 1X dirt slinger of Matt Johnson out of Archie, Missouri on the modified side. And here he comes. Your leader, Simon Says, Brandon Simon, out there at 364.56. Fireworks fans, after the show tonight, fireworks. We got a large show of fireworks for all the fans here, so stick around when the pull is over.
It's still raining dirt down here, but hey, I'm lucky enough. I've got our champion from the Super Farm class down here, Brian Barman. Brian, congratulations, champion of the Hillsboro Charity Pull.
Thanks, Stacy. I'd like to thank Salama Equipment for sponsoring our class. All the track crew that put this track together after we got all the rain, and Don for putting on a great pull.
You've been pulling her every year, correct?
Yes, I have.
This your best finish?
Yes, it is. I've never finished better than third until tonight.
And you finished what last night?
11th.
That's not going to be conducive to a belt buckle, but a first place is pretty good for tonight.
Yeah, we'll take it. It's better than nothing, I guess.
Yeah, better than nothing. Okay. And I heard Dan say this is your third Champions Tour win on the season.
Yes, it is. We got 2 back-to-back wins in Jerseyville and Joliet. And then the following week or 2 weeks after that, we were at the bottom of the class again. So we're working our way back up.
Well, consistency, I guess, yeah. Well, congratulations, champion here tonight. Anybody else you want to thank?
Well, I'd just like to thank my dad that came with me. We don't really have any sponsors, but Hawthorne Tire for doing our tires, Lemke Motors for doing our motors, Hartz Diesel for our fuel system, and Kevin Engelking with the dyno for getting us tuned up.
Very good. Congratulations, Brian, and good luck the rest of the year. And next year's belt buckle time. All right. That's his goal. Your champion Super Farm, Brian Barman. Give him a big hand.
338.44 for the dirt slinger of Matt Johnson. 338.44. Up next going to be the Meristem Crop Performance Dave Walsh entry out of Boston on this side.
And over on the ball diamond side, looks like getting that weight transfer machine all set for our pro stock tractors tonight. We got 14 of them signed in for competition. So it should be another great show.
We're going to be looking for Nick Gallitz. Nick Gallitz, I know he's pitted up on the hill in the schoolyard. They were milling around here earlier. Nick Gallitz, if anybody knows where Nick Gallitz is at, send him on down here trackside. We got to have a word with him. But yeah, if you see Nick Gallitz floating around there, send him down trackside. We got to talk to him.
They are loading the tractor up, and then he'll be down to see you. We want to thank Mack Trailers for sponsoring 10,000-pound pro stocks here tonight. Mack Trailers grown to be the nation's foremost manufactured dump, flatbed, and transfer trailers, straight truck bodies, dry bulk pneumatic tanks in both food grade and raw materials, as well as an entire line of liquid tank trailers equipped for gas, oil, fertilizer, food grade materials. Experience excellence. Experiencing the Mac difference. Mac Trailers, sponsoring 10,000-pound Pro Stocks here tonight. Dave Walsh backing out. The Meristem Crop Performance Modified out of Mauston, Wisconsin. 364 and change is your leader. Brandon Simon. Simon says out of Farley, Iowa.
Hey, John, we got to give a shout out to the folks we got here this weekend from Germany. Where's our German fans? There they are. Also from the Netherlands as well. We got some folks from the Netherlands as well. So thank you guys for coming out, enjoying a great weekend of pulling here in Hillsboro. Of course, last night we saw DJ Danny Fresh doing the driving there of the Bobcat Junior Mini Rod. Fortunately, got rained out this afternoon. Now, weren't able to see the minis run this afternoon, but all right, looks like got about that third engine fired up down there, and we'll send Dave Walsh on his way. Meristem Crop Performance, Old Red. We bring out our first Pro Stock over on the Ball Diamond side. Brandon Coates, the fuel in the fire out of Dubuque, Iowa. Last night finished up in the number 4 spot as he will get us started. 10,000-pound Pro Stocks. 680 cubic inches, big single turbo.
I was talking to him last night in the pits, Dan, and the track kind of got him by storm last night by his gear selection, and he told me, I don't think I've ever had the motor that far down in RPM, and man, he goes, I know the crankshaft probably didn't like it, but we're going to regroup for tonight.
All right, so going to start off here over on the right-hand side of the track. 10,000-pound pros, 14 of them in competition here tonight. All right, looks like we're going to go Pro Stock side first here. Brandon Coates, fuel in the fire, getting us started. Kevin Masterson, the River Rat, will be up number 2, and then Brandon Simon, Injected Funds, will be number 3 here in our lineup for Pro Stocks. good run to get us started here tonight, fans. Let's give a nice round of applause. Brandon Coates fueling the fire.
Well, I got Nick Gallitz. Well, that's Nick Gallitz. And Nick, that qualifies you to be the winner of the Hard Luck Award here at the Hillsboro Charity Pull. And this is by Amplify Health by Gunderson sponsoring this. And this contains everything you need for your hard luck tonight. We have Band-Aids for superficial wounds and even more superficial excuses. We have a cold pack to soothe the burn of defeat. And we also have post-surgical gauze sponges to plug the gaping hole in your pride. And last but not least, we also have some Vaseline for whatever you think you might need it for. And a little empathy, all from our good folks at Amplify Health by Gunderson. Congratulations, Nick. Hard Luck Award winner. You got to win something, you know.
Well, you know, after this week, this will really come in, but I was not going for this award this weekend.
And I'm sure that's not something you shoot for. But on the other hand, you're going to be a new daddy here in a month.
Yeah, we're counting down the days. A couple weeks, and we'll have a new team member.
Very good. So hard luck, and then you're going to be a champion at home. Give him a hand, Nick Gallett's good sport about destroying that rim on that tractor. And them rims, what do they cost? They cost $275 now. Is that what they are?
Yeah. You're way off on that, Scoop. You better do some more research.
I know our mini rod rims are about $1,800 a set or something now.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Hey, fans, after the pull, go down to Fireman's Bar, Station 2, next to Quick Trip down there. With your wristband in the bar, you'll get one, buy one, get one free on your first drink. Free jukebox there all night long. Also, your last chance to buy the pallet of beer tickets here. Last chance. Not only is it beer, but they got a shopping cart full of booze and wine and all other extracurricular stuff.
Now, John, where's that located?
The Fireman's Bar, Station 2, is right next to Quick Trip, right downtown here. Yep.
All right, fans, over on the Pro Stock side, Brandon Coates fueling the fire, going to set the mark here at 320.82. 320.82 will get us started over on the Pro Stock side. Kevin Masterson with the River Rat will be up next.
We did not get information on what happened to Walsh's tractor there, but they towed it off. And now we got the Ramblin' Rose of Tom Owens, Montgomery, New York, coming out.
All right, so we saw son Dylan make a good run. I think he currently sits number 3 here in the class. Now that was their 4-engine tractor. And now we'll take a look here at their 3-engine tractor here as Tommy Owens backs in the Ramblin' Rose. Of course, you run the 3-engine combination. You're allowed larger superchargers on them.
To go from the 8s to the 14s on a 3-engine setup. So you pound quite a bit more boost than the old Hemis.
Yeah, still right around that 10,000 horsepower range when it's all said and done.
$313.99 for the Ramblin' Rose of Tommy Owens.
All right, fans, back over Pro Stock side. Kevin Masterson, Grandview, Indiana. The River Rat, John Deere 6030. Of course, first of 2 tractors we'll see here out of the Masterson stable. Currently sits number 4 in the national points here on the PPL Hot Shot Secrets Tour. right, good run for Kevin Masterson, fans, with that river wrap. I do believe going to be a little bit short. It's a good run there for Brandon Coates at 3:20.82 right now. That is the mark to beat here over on the pro stock side.
Looks like we're resetting the sled here on the pit side. So I believe Walsh's will not be coming back. So we'll get you the top rundown here for the modifieds. I do believe the belt buckle going to go to Brandon Simon. What Simon says.
Yeah, you didn't even have to go for total distance or anything on that one.
So 3:05 and 32, fans. 3:05 and 32 for Kevin Masterson with the river rat. So we'll put him in that number 2 spot behind Brandon Coates. Fuel in the fire.
Yeah, Jay Smith back. I'd like to see you down trackside. Jay Smith back. Come on down. Uh-oh, here comes all the two-wheel drive guys out there poking and prodding.
Top 3 for the modifieds. Actually, the top 5 here as we read them out. Simon says number 1, the Dirt Slinger taking number 2. Thorn, number 3. The 1X Dirt Slinger, number 4. And the Rank Seed Moneymaker taking number 5. There's your top 5 super modified tractors here tonight. Sponsored by Langer Farms. The super modified two-wheel drives sponsors tonight are Hillsboro Telephone Company, a locally owned corporation providing telecommunications services to customers in the city of Hillsboro and surrounding areas since 1947. Also sponsored by Quick Trip here tonight, the super modified two-wheel drives. Pro Stock, sponsored by Hurricane Specialized, and also by Mack Trailers here, 10,000-pound Pro Stock. Dan?
All right, well, he just won the modified class. Now he's going to jump in a Pro Stock. Brandon Simon, Farley, Iowa, behind the wheel here of teammate Brett Myers' injected funds. This tractor last week, they lost a couple pistons in it, been working on it all week, got it back together. Be followed by Dustin Hooks playing hooky, and then Ryan Coates with Dealing with Fire. Our next 3 over on the Pro Stock side. All right, we see some kind of issue there. They got the crew out there. They got that left side shield off. All right, latch it back down here. Oh, screaming here tonight, fans. Brandon Simon, injected funds, but I do believe going to come up short here. I don't think it's going to take too long here. We're going to start moving around that track a little bit over on the pro stock side. We've kind of burned up that right side of the track here tonight.
All right, I got our third place winner here in Super Farm class. Jay Smith back on the bleeding green. Congratulations, Jay. Third place here in this bunch. That's not too bad.
No, absolutely not. It was nice to come out of here with a top 5 period, no matter what night it is. Last night didn't quite go as we planned, but definitely take a top 3 out of 20 of the best tractors in the country.
Is this your best finish here at the Hillsboro Charity Pull?
No, last year on Saturday night I won it over on that track. So.
Oh, okay. Well, then you're used to this then.
Yeah, I've done it once or twice over the years, but no kidding. Don does such a great job in this place, and got a young man here, Tyler Slama, that's coming up pretty hot here. So he's going to be one to contend with over the years.
Yeah, the next generation. How'd you finish last night in Super Farm?
13th.
Oh, you're covering both ends of it then.
I did, you know.
Yeah. Well, you finished third twice, except last night had a 1 before the 3.
Yeah. Can we just fix that and get rid of that 1, please?
All right. Congratulations, Jay. Third place here tonight at the Hillsboro Charity Pull. Anybody else you want to thank?
Everybody up here that does such a fantastic job. Slama Equipment, Don, his family, everybody does an outstanding job. PPL done a great job running the show. I want to thank my family. Everybody back home. My little guy, he wasn't making her tonight, and it was a little late night for him. So Grandma's taking care of him. So
good enough. Congratulations, third place winner here tonight, Jay Smith back, bleeding green.
All right, fans, back over pro stock side. Dustin Hook, the playing hooky, John Deere, out of Thompson, Illinois. Of course, the Hook family internationals for a whole bunch of years. Moving on into the green.
The old tractor there still hangs in the shop. They're going to put it right up in there. Dustin Hook's old tractor. His dad had it, and the differential was here tonight. That's an Adam Stevens tractor, the old differential from their tractor.
Dr. Hook. Dr. Hook.
Yep.
So here we go, fans. Dustin Hook, playing hooky. Right now, 320.82 is our mark to beat. 320 and 82. Remember, at the conclusion of the show, fans, we've got fireworks.
The last call for getting your tickets for the pallet of beer and booze. And don't forget about your wristbands down to the Fireman's Station 2. Water injection coming on way too soon. You've seen the smoke go from coal black and turn white gray, and that's what it tells you, that water injection coming on way too soon for you build boost.
All right, so we'll see here, going to drop in the class or going to take that mark right there. We'll find out trackside. We'll send it back down to Stacy.
Here we go. I got our second place winner in the Super Farm class. Young gentleman, third generation puller by the name of Tyler Slama. Tyler, congratulations, runner up in Super Farm here tonight. And also, you won the buckle.
I did, yeah. I couldn't be happier with the opportunity to run that tractor tonight. And I just can't believe it, to be honest with you.
Now, you were just telling me here, Tyler, get over here. You were just telling me that that's the first time you even drove a tractor this year.
Yep. I pulled in Louisville, but this is my first outside pull and a tractor I've never ran before. I mean, it's a good weekend.
Yeah, that tractor actually belongs to Trip Downing.
Yep, I couldn't thank Trip enough he couldn't make it. He's harvesting mint, but I couldn't thank him enough for letting me run it.
And I did get the scoop that tractor is tuned out there at Slama Enterprises.
Yeah, my dad tinkers with it a little bit on the dyno. Yeah.
Well, congratulations, second place here, and you win your first belt buckle.
Yep. I honestly can't believe it.
Anybody you want to thank for this?
I'd like to thank Tripp, obviously, for the opportunity to even pull that, and all these guys on the track for cleaning up this mud pit we had earlier. And, yeah, that's...
All right, just to wrap it up with Tyler here quick. Yeah, and I should point out that your dad is the one that's in charge of this track bunch.
Yeah, he does a good job keeping all these guys working hard, and it's why it runs so smooth is because of what he's doing out there, him and them guys. So, yep.
Yep. All right, pretty good, Tyler. Congratulations. Go see Leslie Mears. She's got your buckle for you. Your champion, or your runner-up here in Superfarm, Tyler Slum.
Congratulations, Tyler. The Hillbilly Hot Rod here coming to an abrupt halt. I don't know if he hurt something or not. Chad Haggerty was off to a really good run on a good pace there, and all of a sudden she just fell off, and it kind of squeaked right at the end of the pass.
So update on Dustin Coates with the playing hooky. He's got another attempt going to drop in the class here, so he is going to drop. And we'll have his second and final attempt here. We'll see on when he will come back as we move ahead here. Ryan Coates with dealing with fire. Goes to Iowa. Next puller out here, of course, another one of those Dubuque County. We talked about it last night. Dubuque County Pro Stocks. They are tough.
.271.63 for the Hillbilly Hot Rod. We have not heard trackside if he's going to try and bring that back or not, or if that was it.
All right, so brother Ryan going after brother Brandon here in pro stock competition. Brandon leads right now at 320.82. Good position to be in. Let's see if he can do it. Dealing with fire. Well, the Coates boys, they're playing hardball here tonight. Another good run.
They definitely got the team together, and they tightened up the whole works in their program for tonight. The Hillbilly Hot Rod's going to keep his hook. Next truck up on the two-wheel drive truck side, going to be the Addiction of Michael White.
We always talk about how tight this class is, and it really showed it tonight. You know, you were early in the class. What did you see out there that kind of helped you? Because you said you missed your weight last night.
Yeah, I missed my weight last night. I moved some weight back again for tonight. Just thinking it was going to hook up a little better. Hopefully that was going to work. So.
Yeah, it was nice. A lot of great passes right there in a row, and so you had to be sweating a little bit.
Oh yeah, it was. We were sitting there, kind of eyeing it up, and just kind of praying that hopefully it would hold up.
It is, and this is just kind of a capstone for you guys. Third win on the season, a tribute to the work that you guys have put in.
Yeah, we've had some good moments. We've had some bad moments. A lot of user error, we'll put it that way. But yeah, it's been a good season.
Hindsight's always 20/20. We're just going to focus on this one right here, though, and enjoy it. Congratulations.
We'll do it. Thank you. I'd like to thank our class sponsor, Apex Turbo, all the PPL sponsors, Hot Shot Secrets. I'd like to thank Hawthorne Tire for getting us a set of tires that really work good, Kevin Ingle King Dyno, and Lemke Motorsports.
course, modified tractors will be done here tonight. So that was the final hook for the super modified tractors. And Brandon Simon going to complete the sweep here. Yeah, missed the weight right there. Michael White, light on the nose.
They're letting it all hang out tonight here in Hillsboro with the two-wheelers.
They talked to Chad Haggerty, the Hillbilly Hot Rod. He has no idea why it quit. And he said he doesn't have any idea, and he said he'll just take the hook and go back and look at it. And, he said no idea. So, you know how that goes.
Chasing Gremlins.
Yeah, points box is what I look at.
304.62 for Michael White, 304.62. Up next will be Kurt Timmerman out of Cuba City. Truck called Hot and Nasty.
So I guess I'll be looking for Dylan Owens, Jed Leischner, and Brandon Simon when you guys got time at your convenience. Come on down and pay me a visit. Dylan Owens, Jed Leischner, and Brandon Simon.
All right, next up on the Pro Stock side, Randy Brew, Baraboo, Wisconsin, tool times 2. All right, the tool times 2, not going to do it here tonight. Going to be short. Got off that right side just a little bit there, brought it back around, but as you can see, going to be well short of that 320 and 82 here tonight. So the distance will be 277 and 99, 277 and 99 for Randy Brew here tonight with the tool times 2 entry.
She'll be looking at the Hot and Nasty Chevrolet out of Cuba City, Kurt Timmerman. Oh, Scoop Butson must be deep in thought down there, Dan, as he's looking through the statistics, scratching the top of his head.
Yeah, he's using the Google down there. He's trying to come up with a fact or something.
Oh, yeah.
He's working on something.
He's working hard down there.
I'm trying to find results from Washington, Missouri. That's where my brothers are pulling the mini rods at tonight. They generally text me when they do good. If they don't do good, they're really not very forthcoming with information. So I have my suspicions.
Well, I got good word from Broadhead down there. As my son Ross got a first place, 2 seconds, and a third in garden tractor pulling. So good day for him.
Yeah, did you set him up with the hot fuel for the day?
Nope. 91 octane right out of the pump at Quick Trip.
Here's two-time defending point champion on the Badger State circuit, the Hot and Nasty of the Timmermans. Not sure which one's driving. I see Terry, Dad down here, one of his sons, one of them tall drinks of water, driving it.
All right down Broadway there for Hot Nasty here tonight. Of course, last year's big winner swept the weekend here.
They're picking up right where they left off with that. The beautiful pass here tonight. And that they do, Dan. That they do. .331.60. Moving that leader flag a long ways out on the two-wheel drive side. The next one up going to be the two-timing of Chad Mayill from Reynolds, Indiana with his Ford.
Yeah, we saw up on the replay there, John, that weight was set perfectly on that truck, about 2 foot off the ground, and he carried it the whole length of the track. That's the idea in two-wheel drive. As we've got Clint Benning up next, the Bullwagon out of Nordheim, Texas.
Wow, that was a lot of devastation in just a few seconds. Something broke in the drive line, probably in a differential, I'd assume. Probably the weakest part of the link. And when it went right upstairs and the rack stuck on that pump and couldn't get it to come back down to idle. You watched him pull it at the dash, folks. He pulled the air shut off, the fuel dump. He pulled everything to get that thing to shut off.
Yeah, take a look at the big screen. Ryan Zolik's right on the spot with the camera work. You can see it all unfold.
Yeah, like you say, John, you got to work so fast there. Things are happening so quickly. So 275.12 will be the distance, 275.12 fans. Let's give him a tough luck round of applause here tonight. Clint Benning, Nordheim, Texas, that Bullwagon.
Yeah, when they take off and run away like that, they're really hard to get shut down. And I've seen more than one puller not have the thing shut down until those engine parts are laying on the track.
Chad Mayill backing in, getting ready to go to work with the X-Factor sled. Out of Reynolds, Indiana with the two-timing Ford.
Yeah, new engine combination here for Chad and this truck for 2025. And has had a couple wins with it out on the tour. Won a week ago down in Mount Sterling, Illinois.
Well, Dan, we're starting to wear out the left-hand side over here again.
I don't know how many times we've said that here this weekend, but boy, they keep going back to the well. We're working that right side over on the right track and the left side over here on the left side. So,
and to think, Dan, you and I sat here and watched about 7 hours water running down through that exact spot.
Yeah, exactly. And here we are pulling on it.
Here we are pulling on it. Amazing. 322.19. 322.19 for Chad Mayill.
So once again, we're going to need top three in the modified class. Make your way to the winner's circle, please. Top three modified class. Needs you to the winner's circle, please. So over on the Pro Stock side, we should have hook number 7 out of our 14 here tonight. Greg Elsig, that TA Tomcat. Good run last night for Greg. Finished up number 3.
Yeah, and one thing about it, he's got fresh oil in the oil pan tonight.
Okay, but now is it tight?
Yes. He
Is it
confirmed
tight? Okay.
confirmed with me that the oil plug is tight.
Okay.
And it's also confirmed Emily was supposed to do that.
That's right, yeah. And she was getting all tore up at her bachelor party last night, so she wasn't even here to take the blame for it, but we will throw her under the bus.
That is the scoop for that right there.
Yeah, rumor had it that she was in charge of tightening the oil plug back at the shop as they're putting the T8 Tomcat back together. That was her job. But they'd been eating cheese curds, and her hands were all greasy, and they think she might have slipped off the wrench a little bit, and that's why it didn't get tight.
Oh, man, right to the cheese curd. Wow.
Yeah. Well, he's from Illinois, so that's what happens there.
Well, you guys certainly seen her videos of her and her guy there checking chest and cheese curds at all the polls they go to.
All right, another good run there for Greg Elsig. Fans going to be right in the mix.
He's still got oil in it, not running out. They did a bunch of work to it, too, he said, and they fixed his clutch when they had that thing tore apart this week. So definitely made it a lot better to drive. He said drivability is so much better.
Yeah, we saw one of our officials down there at the end of the track looking under the tractor to make sure, but 298 and 40 will be the distance here, 298 and 40 for Greg Elsig, the TA Tomcat out of Prairie du Sac, Wisconsin.
Up next, two-wheel drive side, going to be Jansen Smith out of Dry Ridge, Kentucky with his Dodge, called a stimulus package.
So Jansen Smith currently sitting number 10 in Champions Tour points here with that stimulus package Dodge Dakota. Another one of our second generation pullers here, two-wheel drive.
305.40 for Jansen Smith. 305.40. Up next will be Chad Mayill, back out here out of Reynolds, Indiana, with P5. Next competitor, two-wheel drive.
All right, Pro Stock side will Andrew Vorwald, the No Limit John Deere out of Scotts Grove, Iowa. Doing the driving here, one of Jason Round's tractors, one of three they'll have in the competition here tonight.
Well, I got Jed Leishner down here, second place in the super modified tractor class with the dirt slinger. Jed, congratulations, second place, sponsored by Unzinger Equipment here in Hillsboro at the Hillsboro Charity Pull. You didn't do so good last night, but boy, you made up for it tonight.
Yeah, we made up for it. It's an awesome track both nights, especially after the rain today. We're really happy to be here and pull with such a good group.
And what'd you change on the tractor from last night to tonight?
We tuned it up a little bit, drove a little harder, learned a little bit, but just drove a little harder, probably helped. A little bit better sled setting, spotting of the sled, and just lucky to have the first hook. The track was probably a little better.
Sure, and you didn't tear anything up either. So it looks like everything was clean.
Yeah, I think everything looks good, and we're happy to be here. Thanks to everybody that puts this pull on. All of our sponsors, Unziker, SCS, Suits Ag, Fast Sprayers, my dad, my wife, my brother, Merle, B.O.B., Zach. There's a whole bunch of people here. Bettis and Helma. We're just really happy and fortunate to do this.
Very good. Congratulations, Jed's runner-up here tonight, Super Modified Tractors. Your second place man, Jed Leishner.
All right, fans. Get your tickets out for the beer. The beer and the shopping cart of wine and booze. Get your tickets out. We got the winning ticket drawn. Here is the ticket number for the half pallet of beer and the shopping cart of booze. 528-624. 528-624. So don't throw your tickets out here until we get the winner. 528-624.
All right, so if you got that winning number, come on up. Claim your prize. Hope you got a pickup truck to haul it home.
Right, that or a lot of friends to help you take care of some of it.
They'll lighten that load, I'm sure.
We know who won, Dan. When he gets up here, we're going to shake him down.
Oh, yeah, we will.
Jacob Olson is the winner of the beer and the booze. We're going to shake him down. We'll unload a couple of those boxes into my car over there for him, help him out a little bit.
All right, once again, folks, 50-50 raffle, getting near the end of that, so make sure you buy the 50-50 tickets. And we'll see how high we can get it here tonight, as we've got Jason Molitor up next, Pro Stock side, the red Cadillac, Helena, Illinois. This is for Andrew Vorwald with the new limit. John Deere was $298 and $71. $298 and $71. All right, so Jason Molitor, that red Cadillac. Now, last night finished up number 6. Good run for him.
Remember, he was early in the class last night. He got in the lead, held it for 3, 4, 5 tractors. Then they started figuring it out and come by him last night. But one of the best runs I think I've seen the red Cadillac make was last night.
And was part of that top 5 sweep in the Badger State competitors before we saw Kevin Masterson at the end of the run there and kind of bumped him out of that number 5 spot. But nonetheless, a good run, good weekend for him.
.35 for Chad Mayill with P5. Up next is the foul play. Ethan Frederick out of New Glarus, Wisconsin with his Chevrolet.
All right, so just a handful of competitors left to go here, fans. Remember, at the end of tonight's show, we will have a fireworks display, so hang around.
I got a scoop for you on the foul play truck from last night. He had a kinked fuel line on the high-speed lean-out, so the high-speed lean-out wasn't doing anything, so all the fuel was going to the motor, so she'd run a little fat at the end of the run.
Don't forget, fans, the fireworks after the pull here tonight.
As we'll bounce it on over to the Pro Stock side. Last night's winner, Jason Round, the Industrial Force John Deere. Of course, painted that industrial John Deere yellow.
291.64. 291.64 for Ethan Frederick.
Of course, Jason makes his home there in Farley, Iowa, right across the street there from Simon Says Motorsports there, 300 Raceway, and Simon Truckin'. Of course, Jason in the heavy haul business, also has run dirt late models as well, runs those quite a bit. But when time allows, hard runner here on the Badger State circuit as well. So the second of the round tractors here, last night's winner. He's going to roll the dice here, going to move that sled over towards the middle part of the track. Jason Rao, boy, leaning on her here tonight, trying to get down this tricky track. Once again, Brandon Coates, our leader, fueling the fire. He has held it the whole way here so far, 320 and 82. 320 and 82.
Up now out of Georgetown, Kentucky, Jonathan Payne. Georgetown, Indiana, excuse me.
All right, fans, so Jonathan Payne, first of two entries he'll have here out of southern Indiana, just outside that Louisville area. Don't have a name on this Chevy S10 just yet. He'll be out a little bit later on with his Ford Rampage truck. First two-wheelers working this left of center spot out here, and once again, all chasing that hot and nasty from right here in Wisconsin.
Well, I'm down here trackside with Brandon Simon and crew, our champion here of super modified tractors. Brandon, congratulations. Boy, double win here tonight. Got the buckle. Can't do much better than that.
No, we're happy to be here and get the tractor to run down that track like that. And just thanks all you fans coming out. I know the weather wasn't right, but appreciate all you coming out here to watch us do this crazy hobby that we do every time. And thanks to Sampico Oil, Raider Implement, Rhino Ag, Chad Mayill for the tires, Adam Kester for the motors, SSI for the superchargers. Big shout out to Brad Walcott, my crew, and my Uncle Marty and my mom and my wife and kids that all come with. Has been fun. And big shout out to the Hillsboro for everything they did here, Don Slama and the crew, and just everybody that puts their hard work into this deal, and just happy to see all you fans out here tonight.
I don't think I can add any more to that. Boy, it's been quite a year for you. It's been quite a last couple years for you with the track, with the mod.
Yeah, it's been fun, but this is still the same sport that can humble you next weekend. So you take everyone and be thankful. And I think it was number 26 for the season for our team tonight. So we got stuff working good, and we're just happy to be here.
Yeah, you had a good teacher in Roger, that's for sure.
Yeah, big shout out to him. Wouldn't be here without him, and wish he was here to see it, but he's looking down on us, and we'll keep doing it.
Sounds good. Your modified tractors, Brandon Simon.
All right, over on the Pro Stock side, Conley Medding, the bulletproof buck out of Nordheim, Texas. As he'll spin in over there, going to be a little bit short. Just a couple more left to go over there on the Pro Stock side. And once again, congratulations to the Simon team as they will repeat as champions here on the PPL circuit in the modified class. So this was the final hook for the modified. So two-time champions here in the modified class, Brandon Simon. So full distance will be 296 and 36. 296 and 36 for Conley Medding.
Well, the Coach boys still sitting pretty stout up there at 1 and 2. Pretty comfortable with some hard hitters left to run here for sure. We got, 3-4 more tractors to run in Pro Stock.
Yeah, still trying to figure it out over there, and boy, just not able to get over the hump over there on that ballpark side here tonight for the Pro Stocks.
Up next, Scott Nearing, the overload out of Reedsburg, Wisconsin, just down the road here. Well, getting towards the end of the night, I'm sure we'll be drawing the 50-50 raffle ticket here. Rather soon, they're making the last sweep through the stands. There you are, right there. I see them.
And Dylan Owens, I know you guys got a quick trip back to New York. If you got a chance to stop by and see me, that'd be great.
.54 for Scott Nearing. And looking down through here, your leader is Kurt Timmerman at 3:31.60. Sitting in the second spot so far is Chad Mayill with 2 timing at 3:22.19. And looking down through the numbers, I do believe it is Jansen Smith, stimulus package, sitting number 3.
Timmermans are leading this by 11 feet. Am I right on that, John?
About 11.
Boy, their truck certainly likes this old Hillsboro charity tractor pull track.
It's actually only 9, but you're from Platteville. We understand.
Oh, yeah, that's my Platteville High School math showing through again, isn't it?
We'll go with 11 though, Dan. Sounds
11
better.
There you go.
Sounds a lot better.
Yeah, class of 1980, I'll have you know. Had my 45-year reunion this year. I didn't go because they had a tractor pull that day.
All right, here we go. Fans back over on the Pro Stock side. Tinker Toy, current national points leader. I do believe Kevin Masterson doing the driving. All right, work that right side of the track and then over here to the middle part for the Tinker Toy, Kevin Masterson, and going to come up short here. So Craig Ladwick and then Jason Round, and then we do have another attempt here for Dustin Hook. So potentially 3 left to go over on the Pro Stock side.
Two-wheel drive is going to be Tanner Nelson out of Altamont, Illinois with his Chevrolet. Oh, Misty's driving again tonight. So it'll be Misty Nelson driving the Midnight Chaos. Yeah, there's Tanner out front. Gonna line her up.
Yeah, good run for Misty last night. Finished up in that number 2 spot. Tanner gave up his seat once again here tonight. Let Mom do the driving. So 293.75 over on the Pro Stock side for the Tinker Toy. 293 and 75.
Misty Nelson goes 307.11. Good for third. 307.11. Good for third place so far.
I think that's the one. They got 4 trucks entered up in the class tonight, right? Yeah.
Yeah, 4 trucks plus Dad. So
Yeah,
you got
plus
a total
Dad.
of 5.
So they said this is kind of like a normal night's worth of work because the mini rods are all done. They're tucked away in the trailer, so it's just a regular night's worth of work for the Midnight Motorsports team tonight.
All right, here we go, fans. They never give it up. Craig Ladwick, the Fendt tractor. Number 5 last night. Good run. All right, Craig Ladwick, man, plenty of power off the start line. What a hole shot, but just not able to get a hold of anything out there here in our pro stock class. Going to fall right in about that 290 range we've seen here.
I think that the belt buckle and the win tonight is just icing on the cake for a great season. You know, do you have like a favorite moment? Does this rank up there with some of the good runs you've had this season?
Yeah, this is one that, I mean, any cowboy that comes here is fighting for that belt buckle. And, I mean, I won it, I think, 2 or 3 years ago, so this is my second one. And just everything was in our favor. I mean, Brad had a good setup on it there, and tires were right, and motors run good, and just testament to our season just to keep the momentum rolling at the end of the season here. And we're just happy to be here, and shout out to Hillsboro for everything they did here. I mean, they were doubting it today a little bit with the mud, and they got to show in, and we're happy to pull again. And just big shout out to all my crew, my family, my mom, my Uncle Marty's here, my wife for everything she does for me throughout the season, and all my kids, and Brad Walkup for everything he does, Sampico Oil for sponsoring us, Raider Implement, Nutrient Ag, Chad Mayill, Adam Kester, SSI, and yeah, we had a fun season, and my brother is pulling out in Ohio, so I mean we're just having a good season. I think this was number 26 tonight for our team for the year, so we got to keep the momentum going. We still got some few more left this season, and look forward to the banquet. I mean, next year we'll be gunning for another helmet.
Finish line flagman Jerry Nelson. He'll go right to the back of the truck. They'll check that kill switch. And everything good to go right there. They will go from there.
Well, they're not saying nothing about the kill switch. It must have been something ignition related that it shut down on them like that. Was sounding good.
Yeah, good run right there. Jason Round, the high limit. Now you saw when that box topped out, gave him the bump there and kind of propelled him a little bit further. I think it's going to be awful close here to number 3.
I got the scoop on the Give Her the Beans truck. It blew the boot off the turbocharger piping to the intercooler. Blew the boot off the piping to the intercooler from the turbocharger on to Give Her the Beans. That's why she came to such an abrupt stop. Obviously, an easy fix, didn't tear anything up, but it sure shortened his pull-up in a hurry.
There you have it, fans. Scoop Butson at your service.
I got more scoop for you. The Hillbilly Hot Rod sheared all the bolts off the blower pulley on the crankshaft. Sheared them all off. Always something, ain't it? Jeez.
Is it one thing? It's two things.
Yeah.
Here we go, two-wheel drive side, fans. 248.70 for Travis Hosley. And we got the Midnight Gambler coming out. Jeremy Nelson out of Sydney, Illinois with his Dodge. Mark to beat, 331.60 currently.
He had them front wheels touched down at the perfect timer. He was going to be stomping on that right brake to keep that thing in bounds because he was heading our way.
All right, fans, over on the Pro Stock side, this is for Jason Round, the high limit John Deere. Got to put him number 3 here, 314 and 69, 314 and 69. So one left to go here. Dustin Hook with the playing hooky. If he's able to come on back here. And looking down into staging lanes, looks like I don't see him down there. So we'll take a wait here and see.
.325.67, good for second. 325.67 for Jeremy Nelson. Up next, going to be the Midnight Obsession of Jim Corey out of Bedford, Indiana.
So fans, looks like, unfortunately, I do not believe Dustin Hook going to make it back here tonight. So that will conclude our Pro Stock class here tonight. So congratulations. Brandon Coates going to be your winner here tonight. Fueling the fire. Got to get it done here tonight. Finishing up number 2 will be brother Ryan Coates with the Dealing with Fire entry. Number 3 will be Jason Round, the high limit John Deere. Number 4 spot. We'll go to Kevin Masterson with the River Rat. And Brandon Simon, injected funds, will round out our top 5 here tonight. So if we can have our top 3, the Coach Boys and Jason Round, make your way to the winner's circle, please. We need Brandon and Ryan Coates and Jason Round to the winner's circle.
Top 3 from Dubuque, Iowa, basically. Dubuque County, Iowa.
Yeah, and then of course Brandon Simon's in there, so we got 4 out of the 5 tractors out of Dubuque County. Per capita, the most Pro Stocks.
50-50 raffle tickets. Bring them on in here. We got the perfect person to draw them. $1,850. Get your blue tickets out. Blue tickets out. Here we go. We'll tell you the number here, 207 571. 207 571. $207,571. 207,571 is the winning ticket. .69 for Jim Corey with the Midnight Obsession out of Bedford, Indiana. Up next to be David O'Driscoll out of Georgetown, Kentucky with Stone Cold. 50-50 ticket number.
What was that first hook that got it done tonight? And a little birdie told me, Brandon, that you were not very happy about that you were maybe complaining a little.
Yeah, I drew first hook, and I wasn't overly excited about it, but we made a nice pass, and it held up, and I'm very excited now, I guess.
I think it's more than a nice pass out there. I mean, you put quite a bit of distance onto everybody else. And I think we need to talk about the belt buckle that you're holding, too, because it's a very consistent weekend. A fourth one day ago and a first today. Great program you got going. I know you're up there in Badger State points, too.
Yeah, I think we're second in Badger State points, if I remember right. And, yeah, no, we're very happy that with our team tractors, we're working together and making good passes, and it's working out great.
Yeah, great night for you guys. Congratulations to you and your team.
Yeah, we went 1-2, and we've never done this since we've added the second tractor, so this is extra special.
Yeah, I know you got a lot of people that help you get here, too.
Yeah, I'd sure like to thank all the guys standing behind me, Skyline Diesel, Chad Mayill, Weimer Performance, Midwest Concrete. It takes a lot of people to make this all work, and I'm very appreciative. Brian Scott helps us a lot, Z Machine. It takes an army, and we're surrounded by some good people to get us here. Thank you very much.
Yeah, and now it's time for you to be a little excited.
After the pull is over. Thank all you fans for sticking it out with us. We had some tough weather, and you fans stuck it out with us and come out here, watch a good pull tonight. Great show here tonight at the Hillsboro Charity Tractor Pull in 2025. At around 7 trucks, I do believe, to go. And that'll be a wrap on the Hillsboro Charity Tractor Pull for 2025. Stone Cold David O'Driscoll.
Hey, boys, I got some more scoop for you if you want it. I went over to see Dylan Owens. I think when he finished second or third in our super modified tractor class. And I had a sneaky suspicion they were probably loading up because they, 11-hour drive back to New York. So I took his plaque over to him. And I was correct. They were getting stuff loaded up. And they got to get a couple of them to the airport that are going to fly back. I don't know if they're flying out of Hillsboro International or maybe Reedsburg Regional. I'm not sure. But anyway, a couple of them got to get to the airport. But Dylan Owens showed me a bucket, one of them little plastic buckets you get your hand wipes out of, them rags, shop towels. He showed me a bucket. He goes, this is what we did this morning, plumb full of bearings, rod bearings. 2 of them engines on that 4-engine tractor that finished in the top 3 tonight got all new rod bearings starting at 10 o'clock this morning while we're out here enjoying our afternoon. And they were wiped out. And I said, how'd you find it? And he said he looked at the filters, plumb full of bearing material. He said they got really lucky because one more run, they'd have been wiping out crankshafts and rods and everything else. So unbelievable the amount of work these guys will do to get to the track.
Yeah, absolutely. You want to go pulling. There you go, right there. Spend an afternoon in the pit area and check these vehicles out. Of course, all the work that goes into them here and running them just about every weekend throughout the summer.
Yeah, I know. I'm working on my little mini rod all the time, and I always said, if I find the guy that's holding a gun to my head making me do all this stuff, I'm going to have a word with him.
291.60 for the Stone Cold of David O'Driscoll. Up next, going to be the Showtime. Wayne Timmerman out of Cuba City, Wisconsin. The two-wheel drive sponsored by Hillsboro Telephone Company in Quick Trip here tonight. All right, after Wayne Timmerman, Stacy, Scoop Butson, you can take it away down there. Last call for the 50-50, 207-571. Last call. 207-571.
We've got the clock on you. So get on up here. We're going to draw another number.
Hey, boys, I got first and second from Pro Stock down here, and these are familiar faces to me. Ryan Coates, our runner-up, and Brandon Coates, our champion, 10,000 Pro Stock. And, I see you guys all the time on the Badger State circuit, and I talk to you pretty frequently there. But you guys just gave me a little snip-nosis. Ryan, this is your first time here, I hear.
Yes, it is, with the new tractor we built here a year ago. And just very happy to be here and get on the podium.
Yeah, and second place on your first time here at the Hillsboro Charity Pull. That's pretty good.
Yes, it is.
All right, Brandon, congratulations to you. Now, you've pulled here quite a bit over the years, but your best pit finish was?
Fourth place is the best I've ever done here in my whole pulling career, so this night's special.
So tonight's not only special because you won the Hillsboro Charity Pull, but you also got the buckle.
Yeah, we ended up with a first and a fourth, so we won the average for the weekend, so that's just icing on the cake, I guess.
Congratulations, my goodness. You guys are on a roll. I know you got her going on. I know you want to thank a few people.
Yeah, I need to thank Wally at Skyline Diesel and DJ, his guy, and they do all the work on our tractors, and we couldn't be here without them. I want to thank Weimer Performance. They bend over backwards for us, and Z Machine does a lot of work for us, and my brother at Midwest Concrete, and just takes an army of people to make these all work. I definitely need to thank Chad Mayill. He does our tires and does a wonderful job for us. I'm very appreciative.
Yeah, well, I see you guys all the time, during the summer on the Badger State circuit. But you guys run good all the time. I don't know if I ever see a hiccup in your program.
Yeah, I don't know. We try pretty hard at it, and like I said, Wally does all the wrenching on our tractors. He makes sure they're 110% every event, and we do the easy part, I guess. So we couldn't do it without him. We're super appreciative to have him in our camp.
Well, you guys do a good job at the easy part. Congratulations, you guys. Ryan and Brandon Coates, their brothers out of Dubuque, Iowa. Champions, 10,000 Pro Stock.
313.26 for Wayne Timmerman with the Showtime. Up next, going to be Jonathan Payne out of Georgetown, Kentucky. Rampage. Ford coming at you.
That's pretty good for Brandon Coates, going from never finishing better than fourth to winning the buckle in 2025.
And what a weekend for the Badger State Pullers. Wow, they really put it on the traveling pros here this weekend. So congratulations, all the Badger State runners. Well, fans, we're going to pick another number, that 50-50. We did not have a winner come up here, so the time is up.
And Jason Round, if you're out there in earshot and you want to come in and chat with me, I'd like to see you.
.83 for Jonathan Payne, 307.83. Well, the time is up. We drew another ticket, and Dan, you and I are both out again. 207.746. If you won, let's hear it.
Hey, have you guys given away the pallet of beer and booze yet?
Yes. Yeah. Oh, Jake from State Farm in here won it.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Oh, because the Owens boys, they wanted to know if they needed room in their trailer yet as they're loading their tractors up. They bought tickets for that also.
Nope.
All right, Dylan. Yeah, there has been a winner on it, Dylan, so you guys go ahead and load the other tractor.
207.746. 207.746. Oh, we might have a winner. $1,850. Oh.
Uh-oh.
We might have a customer. Well, we got our accounting degrees out from Dewey Cheatham Howe and Associates, and we'll see if these numbers match up. We will verify it. 207.746. Here we go. We're going to match it up.
Hey, I got Jason Round down here. Third place, 10,000 Pro Stock tonight. What are you giving me the look like that for, Jason?
No, we had a good night. Just luck of the draw, and the track was kind of had some spots in it, but we'll take third, and we'll be back next year.
Now, congratulations on third place. Thanks for your support here of the Hillsboro Tractor Pull, and I'm glad you guys got to pull tonight. All that rain this afternoon was pretty sketchy.
Yeah, it was a good night, and thank all you fans for coming out.
All right, Jason. Thank you very much. Jason Round, third place, 10,000 Pro Stock here tonight.
All right, folks. Well, thanks everybody that bought the 50-50 tickets. Of course, help support a great cause here for the 50-50. And Larry from the Son of a Hitch pulling team, a big winner here tonight, as he'll win the 50-50 here as last night's winner on the starting line, Dale Nelson, Altamont, Illinois, with the Forever Hook Ford, looking for back-to-back wins.
Well, we had Larry from the Son of a Hitch team. And I said that correctly, Son of a Hitch. That was the winner of our 50-50 raffle. Up next, out of Altamont, Illinois, Dale Nelson, Forever Hooked Ford. Well, you run that truck till she run right out of smoke. Right out of smoke. Forever Hooked, Dale Nelson.
Stacy, you still waiting for Jason Round?
Nope, he came down and picked it up and said, "Thanks a lot. See you later."
Oh, okay.
Well, you should do the speech for him then. You'd be good at it.
I just did. No, he thanked everybody and thanked the guys for getting the track whipped into shape. You guys ain't paying attention up there? What's going on?
Well, you ceased and desist on the check you wrote for us, so we can't afford to. Dan and I up here, luckily we got enough money for water up here. Unbelievable.
Yeah, no, he was happy with 30s. He said the guys did a great job getting the track put together. So yeah, tough class, you know. That's pretty much what he said, and that's what it is.
314.83 for Forever Hooked of Dale Nelson. Up next going to be the Midnight Revenger, Jared Nelson from Altamont, Illinois, his Chevy. Fireworks. When the pull is over here, fans, fireworks. Leading distance, 331.60. Hot and nasty, Kurt Timmerman. Sitting second is Jeremy Nelson with the Midnight Gambler. And in the third spot is Chad Mayill. Two-timing with 3 trucks to go.
All right, fans, so current national points leader, Jared Nelson, brings out the Midnight Revenger, Altamont, Illinois. 2000 Chevy Silverado. A 2-time champion here on the circuit, looking to tie his wife for 3-time champions here. Now, Jared's already got a couple wins, one in Tampico, Indiana, one in Macon, Missouri this year. So everybody taking shots at that hot and nasty here tonight.
We got good news, fans. All beer is $2. Down below here, $2 a beer.
$2 a beer. There you go. Can't beat that. Grab a couple beers, watch the fireworks. All right, good run, Jared Nelson. Going to shake the order up a little bit here. Don't think he quite got the hot and nasty, but a good run here late in the class.
$323.32, and that puts him in third place. 323.32. Two more to go out of Bardstown, Kentucky. It says Tony Tatum. We'll have to see if it's Tony or Lisa doing the driving of the Parts City Auto Parts truck.
All right, fans, we got a lost camera up here. If you lost your camera, we do have it up here at the announcer's stand. If you did lose your camera tonight, we do have it up here at the announcer's stand. Yeah, John, looks like going to be Lisa doing the driving. We see Dad out front backing her up here. So Lisa Tatum going to be doing the driving. The Parts City Auto Parts Chevrolet out of Bardstown, Kentucky, just south of the Louisville area. Lisa, a former national champion here on the PPL circuit back in 2006, the first year of the Pro Bowling League.
Kerplunk, Kerplooey. That thing leaned out and detonated, blew the burst panel right out of it. Tough break for Lisa Tatum. Let's give her a round of applause.
Wow, I felt that one, man.
Well, it had one heck of a tune-up in it for tonight. 256.94. Tough break for Lisa Tatum.
Yeah, she was cooking, but boy, that thing detonated hard. I mean, I felt the concussion back where I was standing. Holy smokes. Did it just blow the burst panel, or is the blower loose?
I don't know, Scoop. You're the man on the spot there.
One more to go. Sweet Revenge, Bethany Nelson out of Altamont, Illinois. Last truck of the night, fans. Thank you all for sticking around with us. And by Mother Nature wasn't good to us this afternoon, but kudos to the track crew here for getting this put together so we can run a good show here tonight.
Yeah, well, John, Dan, you've been around pulling quite a while. There's a lot of places when they're faced with a mud hole like we were at 3 o'clock this afternoon, and you're looking at a 6 o'clock start, you'd say, and there's still rain in the forecast. A lot of places would say, "Oh, I'm good." Not here at Hillsboro. No, James Slama and his crew, they took the challenge, and boy, did it pay off. Pretty good track out here tonight.
Yeah, absolutely, Stacy. And when you talk about that, there is very, very few that would do that. I mean, we're talking, less than 3 places that I can think of off the top of my head that would do that. And like you say, hats off to the track crew, everybody involved with this event, getting it going here tonight. John and I were sitting up here at right around 1 o'clock watching that water fill up over on the right side there and thought, well, this is going to be a tough task ahead. But they went at it and they got it done and really put on a really good show here tonight. We're glad you fans were able to make it out here tonight and enjoy it with us.
Yeah, I want to thank all the fans for coming out and sticking with us tonight and for coming out when things didn't look too encouraging, Thank you, guys. Thank you all. Yeah, give yourselves a big hand. You guys are the rock stars here coming out and showing up and be heard. Yeah, thank you guys very much. That's what makes it happen, you betcha. Yeah, because we know you can do other things on a Saturday night in Wisconsin, like sit home and drink beer. But you'd rather come here and drink beer. Yeah.
Stacy, those are the Germans. Hey, I don't think it's got to be Saturday night. Any day of the week.
I'm pandering to the crowd. You notice that?
Just the facts from Stacy Scoop Butson. Bethany Nelson, Sweet Revenge.
All right, here we go. Number 2, national points race. Let's see what she's got here tonight.
.22 for Bethany Nelson with the beautiful fireworks behind us. Puts her in 4th for the night. Here's your rundown. Hot and Nasty. Timmerman's taking number 1. Midnight Gambler taking number 2 spot of Jeremy Nelson. Number 3 going to be the Midnight Revenger of Jared Nelson. And number 4 going to be Sweet Revenge. In 5th place going to be the two-time. And so there you have it, folks. A wrap to Hillsboro Charity Tractor Bowl.
Yeah, the Timmermans, they back up their double win last year with another win here this year at the Hillsboro Charity Bowl. The Nelsons, a hard couple days worth of work pays off with a 2nd, a 3rd, and a 4th here tonight. I don't know who got the buckle, John. Have they figured that one out yet? They don't let me handle such big decisions. I'm not in charge.
So it's something about these orange shirts making their way to the podium. It seemed like the track was really tough, and it lasted for the entire class tonight.
Yeah, there was kind of one lane out there. You had to hit it just right. If you got out of it, it really slowed you down, or you start getting the front end coming up and down and bouncing, and that just didn't work. And we found that sweet spot, and it worked great, and we're happier than heck.
Yeah, it was a great pass for you guys, and let me tell you, it held up. You had some bullets come for you. It stayed up there. Congratulations on the big win tonight.
Yeah, when you start out third, hook, and then you've got 20 of them back there, it's it's a tough competing out here, and it's just great to be able to come out, lay a good pass down, and just make it stick and hold for that long. It's awesome,
Your team's got the numbers. They did your homework. You backed it up. It's another win for your team at Hillsboro.
Yeah, well, tough luck last night. We had a little throttle linkage breakage. If we would have had that, it'd been great to shoot for that buckle, and, for 2 years straight in a row. But, hey, we'll come back next year and give it a shot again.